So both the Skullcandy Kilo and Skullcandy Ounce are very affordable and very portable Bluetooth speakers from Skullcandy. Now, even though these two speakers look very similar to one another, there are some key differences between the two. So if you are trying to choose between the Skullcandy Kilo and the Skullcandy Ounce, let's see which one's right for you. Regarding pricing, the Skullcandy Ounce has a retail price of $30, whereas the Skullcandy Kilo has a retail price of $40. Overall, I kind of really like the Skullcandy Kilo for what it is. Nonetheless, if you're going to pick either of these two speakers up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, pick up a Big Head approved hat, linked down below. We've got trucker hats and snapbacks. By buying a hat, you help the unbiased and unsponsored videos coming, and it also helps us cover more products and produce more versus videos. Thank you to everyone who's already bought a hat, and look out for more designs coming soon. And also, please remember to hit that like button and let's get subscribed. Now first, let's talk about the design of these speakers. Now both of these speakers are ultra portable thanks to their small size and form factor. They're both very durable because they both have fabric wrap bodies and they both are waterproof. However, I do have to say that the Kilo is more durable than the Ounce for a few reasons. First off, the Kilo has a mostly fabric wrap body, whereas the Ounce has a lot of plastic to it. So it's going to get scratched much easier. But also, the Ounce has an exposed passive radiator on the back, which I do feel you have to be mindful of. Now, even though the Ounce is a little smaller than the Kilo, I do feel that the Kilo is more portable than the Ounce because it comes included with a carabiner, so you can attach it to things. Whereas with the Ounce, it just has this fabric tab. Now, when it comes to tech specs, the Skullcandy Ounce has an advertised battery life of 16 hours, but with it playing at max volume, the speaker is going to be good for about 7 hours of playback time. And just keep in mind, this is a 5-watt speaker, so don't expect it to get super loud. But then there's the Skullcandy Kilo, and it has an advertised battery life of 24 hours, and with it playing at max volume, it's going to be good for about 7 hours of playback time. And I personally do feel that the Kilo gets impressively loud for its size, and this is a 7-watt speaker, so it is going to get noticeably louder than the Ounce. And in order to charge these speakers, both of these speakers charge via a USB-C port, as they should, and this is actually the only port that you'll find on both of these speakers because neither of these two speakers have an audio jack. But personally, I don't think that's very surprising because not having an audio jack for these speakers is very common for speakers of this size and this price point. But this actually leads us to another major difference between these two speakers. The Skullcandy Kilo actually has some indicator lights on it that shows you the battery life of your speaker, whereas with the Ounce, there are no indicator lights. But when it comes to Bluetooth connectivity, both of these speakers can only be connected to one device at a time, unlike with larger or more premium speakers that can be connected to 2 devices at the same time. However, you can watch videos with both of these speakers because latency is not an issue for either of these two speakers. But with all of the basic stuff out of the way, let's talk about sound. With both of these speakers, they both have an upward firing woofer and downward firing passive radiator. But the Ounce is a 5-watt speaker and the Kilo is a 7-watt speaker. So the Kilo is going to get louder. But now we're going to jump into the sound test. Both of these speakers are playing at 93% volume with their stock EQs.
I know that I can't go on without you. It's hard, cause it took 5 years until I found you. Oh, I'm not gonna let you go. Oh, I'm gonna hold you close. It's hard, cause it took 5 years until I found you. We're just getting started, baby. I can't control myself lately. Oh, but you know that, yeah, you know that, yeah, you know that, yeah, you know it. We're just getting started, baby. I'm not going anywhere cause I feel best right next to you. Move next to me and show me all the things you wanna do. Oh, I can't wait to try them all. Going around the world in a fancy cars. Look at all the stars. I can't believe this is true. It took 5 whole years to find you. But we're just getting started, baby. I can't control myself. that, yeah, you know that, yeah, you know that, yeah, you know. We're just getting started, baby.
So for starters, since the Kilo is a 7-watt speaker, it does get louder than the Ounce, and it's also going to have more bass. Now, just like with Skullcandy's other speakers, both the Kilo and Ounce have a bass-heavy sound signature, but oddly enough, these speakers sound a little more balanced than all of these other terrains. But more importantly, the Kilo and the Ounce don't suffer from much distortion in the highs like with the Skullcandy terrains do. Overall, I feel both of the Kilo and Ounce sound decent enough for their size and price, but the Kilo does get louder and has more bass than the Ounce. But another difference between these two speakers is that with the Kilo, if you get one other Kilo, you'll be able to pair your 2 Kilos up and get them to play in left and right stereo mode. Whereas with the Ounce, you cannot pair it up to any other speaker. Just keep in mind that you can only pair your Kilo up to one other Kilo. Unfortunately, you cannot pair your Kilo up to any of Skullcandy's larger terrain speakers. So with all that being said, both the Skullcandy Ounce and Skullcandy Kilo are super portable Bluetooth speakers, and they're very affordable as well. But the Kilo does have some key upgrades over the Ounce. The Kilo is more durable because it has more fabric wrapping its body, its passive radiator isn't exposed, it's also more portable because it has that carabiner, it also has a longer lasting battery life, and it also gets louder and has more bass than the Ounce. And if you were to get 2 Kilos, you can pair them up and get them to play in left and right stereo mode, and personally I do feel that 2 Kilos playing together does sound fairly impressive. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.